Man, oh man. Things have been crazy. I literally thought my my keys were in the laundry, so I searched every article of clothing to try and find it, and it was not there. My mom actually found the key, so that was very clutch. I can't even lie to you all. I had to purchase some gas as well because my car's running low. But I mean, it's not bad. $10 for like 2.5 gallons. That gives me 100 miles. That's not bad at all. That's gonna. I mean, it's about 20 miles or so for like a standard trip to the station. So that's about 5 trips. That's not too bad. I could probably, if I play my cards right, which I won't because I have to go to therapy, but if I actually play my cards right, I could legitimately I could just keep this car going for like another 3 months or so before needing to refill. I mean, I won't because that's not really a good idea, but I could do that if I wanted to. Unfortunately, gas has like a shelf life, so after 2 months I gotta refuel no matter what. But yeah, we're gonna figure out this fuel management situation because I think I'm cautiously optimistic with gas prices because I saw it for $3.55. So I think there's a good chance that it's gonna go back there at some point. So I'm just messing a little bit with OpenVPN. I don't know if it actually works. I hope it does, I suppose. I don't know how you would actually connect to this. This is done already. Okay, it was here. Man, this was so fraudulent. Oh my god, bro. So fraudulent. Holy crap. That being said, I think I just need to connect through SSH here. And I'm going to have access to the web portal from my browser. So there shouldn't be a need for the attack box at this point. The attack box is more for like if you have tools that you want to use. It's really more for red team. If you're blue team, man, you don't need the attack box for shit. I mean, maybe if you want to install some tools, you don't want to install it on your own device, you could use the attack box. Personally, that's not really my cup of tea. I want to have it on my box so I can use the tools when I need to use them. So when we do the red team exercises, we're going to be using the VPN as well. At least, hopefully we will. Alright, so let's go ahead and check it to see if this works. Beautiful. OpenVPN is so robust. Like, it just doesn't fuck up. It doesn't fail. It's bulletproof. I also installed some Ace Attorney games. So we're gonna see if that's going to happen or not. Okay, right. So I gotta go into SSH. And copy this. But yeah, we're gonna see about doing some Ace Attorney on the other channel. What I want to do is I want to finish Justice for All on my own time. And then... No. And then, after finishing Justice for All, I'm going to do Trials and Tribulations on the other channel. What I'm probably going to do is call it like coffee versus brownies. So like Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations, coffee versus brownies. Because I just have a stash of brownies and it's kind of funny. I mean, they're kind of similar things. You can what is it? You can spike coffee. You can do the same thing with brownies. So we're going to see if we can get that set up. I also have Michael Jackson songs, but in the Mario 64 font. I'm going to play some of that, just so that we aren't super bored. Okay, it's still showing that. Oh well. Y'all are just not going to see what it's called, but I already told you anyway. Can't hear anything. What the hell? Hold on. There we go. Billie Jean sounds awesome. It's probably the one that aged the best for me. Because the other ones I just associate with elementary school. Doesn't mean they're bad by any means, but this is just the one I like the most. Okay. So we gotta go into the folder here. Perfect. That's all there is. We can see it all on one screen. It's so good. This is way better than the attack box. Do they care about the Z or no? Oh, they tell you. They always tell you what the time format's supposed to be. Yeah, it should be good. And then what's the user email? For 105. What they say it was 105. Okay. Should be right here. Where is it? Isn't it like somewhere? Oh, I think I get it. They don't want to show it after that. But I can just go to it pretty easily. Alright, now it's gonna be beat it. Alright, I want to copy this. 105. Fuck! Not... Yeah, there we go. Alright, this shouldn't leave no issues whatsoever. Alright. Can you disable the affected endpoint using the admin user with user ID 999? Okay, let's try it. No. What? Ask admin to disable it on their profile page. There we go. Wow, they actually let you do it. Bingo, bango, bongo. Just like that. What should be recommended to the web development team to fix the IDOR? Sanitize all user inputs. Add authentication middleware. We could do that. Enforce server-side validation so the session user matches the requested user ID. Yeah, probably that. I think that's better than middleware. Okay. The first one, use the value of the message field. User ID mismatch. Looks like that's it. Alright. What document should be updated after this incident to include IDOR response? Forgot what that's called. It's like incident response plan, I think. Incident report, maybe. I don't know. Enter the document name. Okay, what the fuck? Is it the... Is it this? No, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Alright, now it's don't stop till you get enough. Which... Not my favorite, personally. This song kind of annoyed me. I didn't even know Michael Jackson made this one. What document is it? They're saying after the incident. So it's here. It's some kind of document. They don't have anything for document. Nothing, really? Let's see. What should be produced? I don't know, do they have a document they mentioned here? Like, I'm a little confused here. It's not the logs. That's not it at all. That can't be it. If it's it, I don't. I just can't imagine that would be it. I'm actually borrowing my dad's headphones because for some fucking reason the headphones that I have didn't charge at all. And he's saying these headphones are expensive, and I'm just like, bro, this don't even sound that much better. I mean, it sounds a little bit better, but it's like, I don't think it's worth it, man. I guess that pretty much proves that I'm not an audiophile. I guess what I'm playing isn't as sophisticated as what he listens to. It's also Thriller as well. I don't know if that's really gonna be good, but I guess we'll find out. Like, we already eradicated it. That's what I'm trying to figure out here. Incident response. IDOR response. Postmortem? Is that it? I don't get it. Now, this is Rock With You. I don't think I've ever heard this song before in my life. Because this isn't part of the Thriller one. Unless I just forgot what it sounded like. Or no. I might have. Let me check. I don't want to be wrong about this. Let's see. Thriller. Mute it so I don't get copyrights. Yeah, it doesn't have the song. This is a different album. Is it Off the Wall? Yeah, it is. Okay. We'll get to you, Off the Wall. We'll get to you. We'll get to you. I promise. At some point, I'm just gonna be like, I'm in a Michael Jackson mood and I want to listen to some Off the Wall. I already listened to like the titular song, and that's pretty good. I like that one. Oh, yeah, okay. Here we go again with the battery chicanery here. Here we go. 84% is limited to. Absolutely amazing. This computer, if I restart this computer, is it gonna show that the battery health is now at like 26% or something like that? Because so that's gonna be extremely concerning. Because this computer uptime has not been very long at all. Alright guys, I don't know what it is. What document should be updated? There's a post-mortem, okay? Then there's an incident report, a time limit events, a root cause analysis, a response evaluation, lessons learned, and recommendations. Okay. Did we already put that here? Yeah, we already put incident report, so it's probably something else. A part of that. That's to include the IDOR response procedure. So timeline events, no. Root cause analysis, maybe. Response evaluation, lessons learned. Let's try lessons learned. Alright. No. Everybody knows this one. Recommendations, let's try that. Okay, I don't know what it is. Consider me lost. No, guys. Wait, it says incident response playbook. Okay, let's try that. Playbook. Okay, there we go. Where did they ever mention that? They never mentioned that ever, guys. I don't know how you're supposed to figure that out. At least it's online. I don't have to guess. Alright, insecure direct object reference. Vulnerability was identified in the user ID profile endpoint that allowed authentication users to access the profiles of other users, which for me I didn't even need to authenticate, so it's actually worse than that. Without proper authorization enforcements. So it's an IDOR affected endpoint. Attacker activity confirmed unauthorized access to another user account. Account ID 103. Email Aaron Miller at company.thm. The vulnerable profile endpoint was successfully disabled. Halting further unauthorized access during the investigation. Implement server-side validation to ensure the session user matches the user ID requested in the URL. Add detection logic to monitor for the keyword user ID mismatch and application loss post-deployment to identify future access control violations. Playbook update. Update the incident response playbook to include detection, triage, and containment guidance for IDOR style access control issue. Alright, we finally got it. Just like that. It's just that easy, guys. It's just that easy. Turning incidents into wincidents. Oh, I get it. I get it. Bruh. They got the wrong timestamp here. We're all done, guys. Oh my god, what is going on here? These people are cutthroat. How did I get knocked out of gold too? It wasn't that long ago when I did TryHackMe, right? I have no idea how this league system works at all. Do 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 do. This is a chill version of it. Let's see if there's any, like, particularly interesting parts of this. Because I gotta review this. It's just a lot of text, guys. It's just that's all that I can really say about this. It's like that guy who fell asleep on the flight deck. He was like, "We got distracted." That's all I can say. For here, it's like there's a lot of text. That's all I can say. It's a lot of text. I mean, they really couldn't put, like, any visual aids at all. They must have been strapped for time. It probably took more time just to set up this web app than to make this text that they could just make with AI nowadays. I think this was... No, this is not an old room. This is a newer room. It's not one of the newest, but it's a newer room. So they could have still made it with AI. Are we gonna play it again? Nope, it's another one now. I don't know what this one's gonna be. Oh. What is going on here? This thing's showing up on my downloader here. Okay, there we go. Just like that, baby. I'm gonna try to make sure that this, here's the problem. If I played this next one, it could autoplay into the, like if I play the next one, it's not gonna have an issue. But if I play the one after that, it's gonna autoplay into another one that might get copyrighted, so. Yeah. I'm gonna make sure that doesn't happen. I don't usually use mixes, but today, I don't know. I'm feeling the mix today. I mean, it kind of is just, let me see. It kind of is just what it says on the tin, really. There's not really much that I'm missing here. Oh, there's a playbook here. Oh wow, instant response playbook. Who cares? Do I care? Let's see. Effective logging is half the battle. I didn't know how crazy the bass is in this. I kind of want to listen to this song again. Like the original one, not this one, not this version. Alright. Thriller, but it's Mario 64, but we already listened to this one though. Is it really worth listening to it again? Because I didn't expect that other one to have Thriller. Let me see here. Oh my god, are you serious right now? Okay, I didn't expect that at all. Okay, I don't know if this is really a good idea. Oh my god, what the hell is this? What the hell? We've already gone this far. Nah, bro, this is a prank. This is a prank. This has got to be a meme. This has got to be the most unserious version of Thriller in history. Whatever, we've had enough of that. You know what I'm thinking right now? What I'm thinking is that copyrights on music actually might be bad. In terms of... Because if you hear a song and it's really good, you're gonna want to listen to it again. So if somebody plays the song, you're gonna be like, where is the song that sounds like this? And you're gonna be like, oh, there it is. Oh yeah, there we go. I found it. I found the source. And once you find the source, I mean, it's one thing if you just have the music playing and it's just the song and that's it. That's kind of different. But I think if you're playing the song in a stream, you can't be mistaken for the source because it's a song that's just hidden in the stream. I don't know if that's like a slippery slope or anything like that. If it is, I'd like to know how. I don't know, maybe you play like a whole album in a stream. Like people say, oh, you can play one song, you can play a whole album. Okay, I mean that's kind of fucked up, but people don't even really make albums anymore though. They just make a song and then all the other songs are just generated. The person, they have like a ghostwriter, the singer, they have a ghostwriter. That ghostwriter just makes random ideas and then just has the singer perform the song, and then, you know, they fill up an album in quotes, but it's really just one song. All of that is hearsay, okay, all that is alleged, but if that's how it really is, I don't really think that's an issue. But, you know, you gotta treat everything fairly. You know, if albums start getting good again, then it might make things very complicated. If you just have a whole album playing. So I guess I understand it. You know, you gotta have every song be copyrighted just in case the algorithm fails to detect something. I kind of understand it. I kind of get it. I mean, I guess there's IR playbooks, I guess. It's an organized response. Okay, incident notes. Record the timeline, decisions, evidence, and communications there. Name an owner and spell out the exact action from the IR plan. Include a short checklist, specify who approves, and outline when it escalates so everyone knows what to do. You really need approval for an instant response? I don't know. I guess in certain situations you might need an approval for certain things. So that's why, just for it to be all encompassing. SQL injection, respond to direct responders to immediately update WAF rules to block malicious SQL patterns and block list offending IP address to contain the attack. The playbook will then instruct engineers to analyze database logs to assess the damage and then take the appropriate remediations. Notice how nobody's approved anything yet. Applied a virtual patch via the WAF until a code fix is deployed. The playbook could then instruct the engineers to verify data integrity. Okay, I guess that's not too bad. I mean, that's something. That's definitely something. Server errors. Okay. It's half the battle. Okay, fine. I just want to go to the next room or do something else, because this just reading all this, it's kind of a lot. Because here's the thing about it, right? It's stressful to read because you don't really want to go back and do this again. But at the same time, I also don't want to go back and organize these screenshots that I'm taking. So I want to take, I only want to take them if I need to. If I think that it's necessary. Like, if they're just telling me, oh, this is what detection is, this is what indentification is. I actually don't know what that is, really. What is indentification? I don't know. I guess when you add indents for Python? I don't know. Log anomalies. Okay, user complaints and reports. Bug bounty. Okay. So that's kind of self-explanatory. You can find it from a bug bounty. Somebody finds a bug in your system. You can just detect an attack, I guess, from the bug bounty data that they provide. Validate its existence, severity and impact of the attack. Is user data sensitive data at risk? Then you contain it. Okay. So that should be fine. Containment methods can differ from incident to incident. Decision must be made based on the severity of the issue facing the application. I think that some of these terms that they use are not the industry standard. Like they're not ICAO approved official terminology. I think all this is just made up. Not all of it, but just like the special terms they use, like feature flag. Like that's not. Nobody. Is this a real thing? Maybe OWASP uses it. Because OWASP is... Okay, I guess some people might use it. I don't know. Feature flag. It kind of sounds like flagging this for sure. Let's circle back after the holidays. That's what it sounds like to me. Stop the spread? Okay. that is pretty much what containment is. So I'll go ahead and go into here. I think this is the part where I kind of lose it a little bit. So you remove the threat, eradicate it, patch the vulnerability, okay. Remove the malicious artifacts, so that's kind of like, yeah, malware, web shells, malicious code injections. So you remediate it. I think that should be before the vulnerability patching, but that's just me. Preserve the forensic evidence. Well, I guess if it's like a vulnerability, I suppose it's better to patch it first, especially if you have the means to do so. Preserve the forensic evidence. It's important to preserve evidence of the attack and practices may look like a team member being assigned to take backups or snapshots of relevant data. Whatever. Reset credentials, revoke accounts. Okay. So general eradication procedures. I'll screenshot just so we make sure that it's kind of like a review. Yeah. Restoring and validating system, validation testing, system restoration, monitoring for resources. Okay. Or not resources, recurrence, yeah, okay. Go ahead and screenshot that too. Lessons learned. What lessons can be learned? Post-mortem. Blameless mindset. What happened? How to improve. Blah, 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 blah. Don't do it again. Hot fix. Containment. Post-mortem. Instant report. And the rest is done here. I don't know why they don't let me go back, but whatever. I think we're done with that. We'll just post it on LinkedIn. And that's about it. Brothers and sisters from around the world, TryHackMe. TryHackMe skill activities are mission complete, which is fantastic. I would like to do a couple more, but I do have to wake up at a certain time tomorrow, unfortunately. So I'm just going to try and wind things down a little bit. I'm going to queue this up. There's a couple of videos I want to watch, but this is probably going to be the second one. That guy's been pretty interesting. He's no legal. He actually seems like he knows what he's doing. But we'll go ahead and pull up this other one, which is like the Ace Attorney turnabout goodbyes, but like for some reason it's not the normal music, it's something else. Oh, this is not the right window. Let me go ahead and get the correct window. There we go. Alright, spoilers for Turnabout Goodbyes. This is fucking loud. What is this? There was no murderer, huh? Think about how stupid that sounds. This guy is so desperate. He's trying to get the judge to see his viewpoint. He's trying way too hard. I mean, like, bro, if you're gonna say there was no murderer, then that means Edgeworth should go free. So, you might want to watch what you say, bro. Maybe he's trying to compromise. I don't know. One thing about this series that kind of pisses me off, most of the like parodies and objection.lols that they do, like this one right here, they're done with like the updated sprites, which look really nice, but the problem is that the text sound effect is extremely loud in that version. In this version, the DS version, it's actually perfectly fine audio balancing. I don't know how they fucked up the mixing so bad here. But I don't know if there's a way to change it. The folks really should do that. I don't know if they should like update whatever software is being used, or I don't know. Just do something, man. That text sound is way too loud, and everybody in my entire household gets like disturbed by that. I'm used to it, so it doesn't sound as loud for me. But you know, I go back to this version, I'm like, oh my god, it's so much softer. Like the text is way more, you know, subdued, and you can actually kind of hear the music. So it's a lot better that way. Hopefully the 3DS is the same way. Didn't he already say this? What if Mon Karma didn't take that vacation because of shock, but took it because he was injured? Took it because he was injured, which would mean, could only mean one thing. He was the murderer. Okay, yeah. I like pretty much everything about this first Ace Attorney game, except for the Bah! I like everything about the first Ace Attorney game except for like the ending of the third case. I thought it was really, really dumb. I mean, it was smart, but it was just unsatisfying. Like every one of these cases except for the third one has you defeating the villain. The third one is like way different. It kind of pisses me off. It just feels like you're just like trying so hard to find like any truth that exists, I know that's what they intended for this one, but it didn't really feel like that to me. It felt like a tug of war, like the other ones did, but that third case really did not feel that way. It felt like no matter what, I just couldn't figure out anything. Granted, the Turnabout Samurai theme is fucking awesome, but I didn't even care about that. I was just like, what is going on? I can't figure out anything. What the fuck is going on? That's all I was thinking about when I was doing case number 3. And even when I thought I figured it out, I didn't figure it out. That's the craziest part about case number 3. This case is way more straightforward. Oops. He shot himself in the head twice. That's the craziest part. That was the second time he did it. It was you. I remained silent. However, it has nothing to do with this instance, so you got nothing to hide. What are you doing? Just tell the truth, you idiot. You do have something to hide. Like, this is making everybody very suspicious. Can you prove that? No. You can't. You have no obligation to prove anything. This guy's an asshole. He's a defense attorney. He doesn't have the burden of proof. Bro, he can't convict you of any crime even with proof. It's the judge who does that. What? Here's my final proof. This is the killing below. You know, I think I figured out why I'm so addicted to these courtroom videos. It's because they don't waste no damn time. They just get to the point. They just get down to business. Brass tacks, whatever you want to call it. And if somebody's trying to, like, waste time, the judge just makes them stop wasting time. Either the judge or a lawyer objects or something like that. But they don't waste no damn time. They just get to the point. I wish that was the case in just networking or whatever, bro. I could just be like, hey, what's up with you? And how you doing? And they're like, oh, yeah, I'm chilling, I'm all right, and I'll be like, hey, you wouldn't happen to have a job going on. The problem is that people who have jobs, they don't necessarily go to networking events. They don't need to do that unless they have a lot of opportunities available. I don't know. I just haven't been having much luck. I'm just venting right now, but yeah, I just like how they get to the point. They don't fuck around. Even in this stupid fucking game, they still have like the same pacing. It by definition it has to have good pacing. If it doesn't have good pacing, it doesn't feel right. Granted, if you want, you could waste a lot of time on the cross-examination. The funny thing about this case, by the way, is that Von Karma, whenever you're doing a cross-examination, he's like, objection, and he like stops you from trying to get any information. But like the weird thing about that is that it actually makes the cross-examinations easier, because if you don't see any contradictions, you can just go to the next testimony, and if you do see contradictions, then you can just you don't have to like press them. You just gotta find whichever statement Von Karma allows you to press, and then you can just look through your evidence and find the contradiction. So this is actually, oddly enough, one of the easier cases. Not really one of the easier cases, but like one of the simpler ones. I think in terms of ranking, easiest to hardest, case number 1 is obviously the easiest one. Second place, I don't know. I remember the second case, you have to press the witness in order to get, you have to press the witness because, I think, does Maya intervene? No, Maya doesn't intervene, in the second case. Maya only intervenes in this one. I don't know. There was something that you did in case number 2 to like kind of bust the hole open, which is kind of similar to like the ebb and flow of this one. But it wasn't really complicated. I don't remember it being very complicated. So I think case number 1 is the easiest one. Case number 2 might be the second easiest one. Then after that, probably case 4. Case 4 is a little bit harder than case 2. Case 4 I actually had to like restart it, but case 2 I never had to restart. It never got that difficult. Case number 3 versus 5, this is where things get kind of weird, because they're both very complicated. I don't know, man. Case number 3 was just so surreal. Maybe it was just me. Like nothing added up. I couldn't figure out where to go on the third day. It was kind of similar for case 5 as well. But I mean, if you just go witness by witness, you get Wendy Oldbag, then you get Cody Hackins and the director. And then you had the producer later on. That's 4 witnesses in total. Yeah, I honestly found case 5 to be easier. Like, I'm thinking over the witnesses. The witnesses in case 5. Now, obviously, the gimmicks were kind of harder to deal with. There's no question about that. The gimmicks definitely made things harder, but I honestly think they weren't hard enough to really mess with things. What the hell are they playing in the background? Sometimes my dad just plays like white girl music for completely randomly. I don't really get it. And they all sound the same. They don't sound bad per se, but it's just, I don't know. But the gimmicks, I don't really think they get that much in the way, at least in the DS version of the entry. I had some trouble with the pot, where you had to, like, draw the name because I was so focused on, like, drawing the real killer's name. But it was kind of funny because the judge, like, was like, oh man, I bet a guy would... a kindergartner with a crayon would do a better job than you. I just like case 5 a lot more. But whatever, let's just finish the damn video up already. This was such a strong first entry. Like like Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney 1 is like driving on the highway, and Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney 2 is like getting into a collision. Like it's just severe whiplash. Everything about it just feels lesser than. It feels like a budget title. Like, I'm on Turnabout Big Top right now. Honestly, I didn't like the first case at all. Not at all. The second case was okay. It kind of felt like case 3 in the first game, where it was just very, very hard to figure out what was going on. It has a satisfying conclusion, at least. Case 3 did not leave me satisfied at all. I guess I just gotta finish Turnabout Big Top, bruh. I bet once I finish Turnabout Big Top, things are gonna get better. Because everybody and their father and mother and sister and brother is saying that that's the worst case in the entire series. So, and I definitely concur with that. I don't think it's horrible, but I do think that there were like times where I'm just like, end my suffering, please. Like the courtroom day 2 with Mo was just torture. It was a humiliation ritual. It was probably the lowest they could ever go in the entire series. Like, not just that they have gone, is the lowest they could ever go. But yeah, right now I'm with Acrobat, or whatever his name, Acro, I think was the guy on the witness stand. So I'm gonna try and cross-examine him and try and get to the truth. I ended up throwing the game, the console, because like the judge literally just told me try again, and I was like, all right, I'm done. I'm actually so done with this damn case, bro. Because I couldn't even tell what he was asking. I couldn't tell that. Like, that's why it feels like a budget game, man. Sometimes the game just asks you a question, but it's like such a vague question, and it doesn't really, like, it's not. I don't feel like I'm in a real courtroom when I'm getting asked stupid questions like that. Like, what was that kind of thing he was asking? He was like, where does this take us? It's some bullshit like that, man. Like, I'm not gonna answer your stupid fucking questions. You gotta be more specific. Bad judge. Bad Dobby, as Prime Up would say. Let me see, let me check my LinkedIn real quick. Cybersecurity certification boot camps for Security Plus, for AppSecIR Plus, for CISP. A boot camp, huh? Wow. CIAT. Wow, guys. I'm gonna go here. How much is this gonna cost? Reserve my spot. Okay. No, we're not doing this. $995. That's less than Springboard, but man, it's completely pointless if you don't have exam vouchers with unlimited certification tabs. I guess that's the real draw to it. I mean, this is what I'm looking at. I don't know. Like, they got security AI, which I could take, I suppose. I've never even heard of that certification before, but let's see. Can I renew other certifications with this one? Let's see. It's only $300? Man, I can pass it first try. That's not useful to me. Well, let's check out the certification anyway. I thought it would be like $500. It's definitely not $500. CISP might be the only one where I'm actually kind of like, okay, well, that, because CISP is like really complicated. It's very, 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 very wide net that they cast. It's for CISP. Okay, what exactly are we looking at here? Apply AI concepts to strengthen your organized cyber posture. Secure AI systems using advanced controls. Leverage AI technologies to automate workflows to accelerate incident response and scale security operations. Here's my problem with this, okay? When I think about what employers are asking for, I'm not seeing much AI stuff in particular. The only person that's saying that I should do AI is my career coach. That's literally the only person that's doing that. So I'm just not convinced. I'm not convinced that I need to get these certifications. I'm not convinced that I should get the certifications in order to help me in the future either. So, you know, we'll take it into consideration, but we're not really going to actually do anything. Let's just be honest here. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and search for this YouTube video. Two Z's, 6-3, G7, YZ, G9I. Looks a little bit different here. I guess that's just because of Windows' font. It's the same browser. I don't know why it's a different font. Alright, first try, good. Alright, put this to sleep. Oh, they're both lawyers. This is the first video I've seen with them together. Did he take out his wallet? I'm trying to figure out how exactly this occurs. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to tell how exactly it occurred. Brother. If you lose that, you can't pay rent. That would be terrifying. If I lost $1,600, that would actually scare me to death.
He and the wallet head to the elevators, just missing the wallet's owner. And it looks like he's checking out the contents. He goes up to the 4th floor. A short time later, he's back in an elevator. Gets off on the 1st floor and turns the wallet into security, minus the cash. He tells them he found the wallet in a bathroom. Security's able to track him down and arrest him in court. What was he doing in court? Defending someone.
I mean,
He's a defense attorney.
if you're fucking trying to steal money in a fucking courthouse,
No longer allowed to practice law.
you're just an imbecile.
Arrangements are made to pay back $1,600 to its rightful owner.
It doesn't matter whether you're an attorney or you're just a regular person. You're just an imbecile.
All of these cameras now are so amazing, but I would like to see
Honestly,
proceedings that happen
if he's a defense attorney,
I feel
it's probably good that he did that, because now he doesn't have to be. He's relieved of his duties. Now he can. Now somebody who's actually qualified can defend the client.
like when he was 15 years old, he wanted to be
Because that level of recklessness is just. There's no way you could be doing a good job
disbarred. Yeah, well,
when you're doing
I'm surprised
things like that.
disbarred him because of $1,600, but at the same time, I feel like they're probably
It's good for the clients. It's not really good for him necessarily, but
steal money like that and not have other things going on. Like, you know how they say, like, you say it's your first DUI, but actually it's just the first
if he was slick, it would be one thing. But because he's so brazen,
they're going to be doing that to their clients.
there's no way I would want him to defend me.
I think he probably had other stuff going on because I don't think people get disbarred so easily, but that's my feeling. What do you think?
Steal money from people, everything, but they do it by charging.
I mean, they have photographic evidence, though.
I'm just kidding, lawyers. Well, I'm just kidding. Having fun with the lawyers bill by the hour. So, what do I think? I would
They have video evidence. There's no way that he would be, like, innocent for that. That's the thing about it.
but we're not going to tell everyone. You can get public.
He should get disbarred.
Like, we're going to embarrass the public. You can get suspended for a short period of time if you're not allowed to practice law for a while. You can get suspended for a long time. Disbarment, like, you're never, ever, ever,
Oh, yeah, banned for life? Okay, I mean, whatever, fine. But
ever again going to be a lawyer in this state for $1,600.
I guess maybe he did have the other things going on then.
For that guy, $1,600.
I wouldn't be surprised.
You hope a lawyer picks it up. So you can say whatever you want about lawyers. The truth is, for all of you coming and going from public place, you figure a lawyer in a courthouse is the most likely person to go,
What about the bailiff though? I honestly would trust the bailiff more. That's just me though, because when you go to jury duty, there's nobody who's cooler than a bailiff. Nobody else. The judge is very boring and dry, and the lawyers, they don't even say anything when you're picking the jury. Is literally just the bailiff. That's the only cool guy in the entire courthouse. But that's just my opinion.
I just found it in the bathroom and did it.
He allegedly lied.
He allegedly lied.
They may have lied on the man lying.
So I just think there was probably.
Well, the only one who actually goes through the courthouse anyway. So either the bailiff or maybe outside security, but no, outside security, because they're just gonna be posted. They're not really gonna be looking for wallets. So just the bailiff.
A lot going on there.
Well, he probably turned it in not knowing that ever happened.
That's the craziest thing.
That would be the number one guy that I would want to find.
All the credit cards.
Whatever a lost item is.
Maybe they would find out that whoever he gave it to was the one who stole it. But then when he said the thing about the bathroom, I'm like, no, you stole it.
If this wasn't isolated event, what do you think would be appropriate?
You would think bailiffs, because they're like the police of the courthouse, that they would be the worst people. But I don't know. Maybe it was just a guy that I was with. But he was cool. He was cool. He was funny.
If this was an isolated event, I think that
Oh shit.
we should still be
Don't
fine.
push your luck.
I think disbarment is a little hefty.
Taco.
Suspension is a little hefty. You have to take the bar. Maybe like a 6-month probation. But on the flip side, why are you stealing money? Like, I do really believe that if you're stealing money, it's just a matter of you just got caught, and it leads to a whole host of other
My punishment is simple. You are
Probably.
suspended from the practice of law. You pay back every dollar plus every additional fine and everything in his life that you've hurt. And when you paid him back fully, then you can come back, you can go through classes, and we'll
Makes
put you on,
sense.
like a 2-year probation to make sure you never do it again.
But what if you let him go back into being a lawyer and he steals even more money from people?
Then it's peace out, dude.
Next, we go to a child custody hearing
Yeah.
in Las Vegas, Nevada. Plaintiff is Shelby Bachman. And then
Because like I guess I understand it. If you like need to pay something, but it's just he has the cash, and it would just be like very inconvenient for you. I don't really see a situation where it would make sense to steal the money, like if it was not illegal. But but if it's like one time, you can kind of be like, all right, whatever, you know. It's not like it was a fortune, you know. It's not like it was a family fortune. It was petty theft, but I don't know, man. Like, I'm just thinking from like the person who has the money stolen from me, and I'm just like, I would want his ass out of the court system completely, because that's like taking advantage of your knowledge of the law to like commit crimes, smaller crimes like that. It's just such scumbag behavior.
the couple are arguing over visitation rights for their 2-year-old son, Joseph. The issue is King's unpredictable work schedule. The attorneys are John Procopius, and for the defense, Chancey Kramer.
Because my client is a UPS driver, his schedule though is not a set schedule, it varies. So he has to keep her notified of when his schedule is changing so that she's aware of pickup. She's told him now if he's more than half an hour late, he forfeits his entire weekend and can't see the kid. Because Joseph,
Oh my god.
because my client is a UPS driver, it's not a set schedule, it varies. So he has to keep her notified of when his schedule is changing so that she's aware of pickup. She told him now if he's more than half an hour late, he forfeits his entire weekend and can't see the kid.
Has Joseph gone weekends that he would have expected to see his father, which
Is he gonna object?
Points to the lack of cooperation between the parents.
What I see here is parties not being created. But these two need to be adult enough to say, okay, this happened, where do we go from here?
So you're right, and I agree with you. And so what she's done is on these times where she's worked with him, but then within the last 2 weekends,
I thought you said you were
So it's a woman with a male attorney and a guy with a female attorney. Very interesting.
this case is over and these parties are divorced. They'll never be done with this case. Okay? So rather than complaining to me, it's a discussion with Mr. Takomaki is being created.
It appears the judge has struck a nerve with the defense.
my client has come up with all kinds of solutions, Your Honor, and it comes down to what mom wants is what mom is going to demand.
Okay, I don't buy that.
Well, Your Honor, that's how it is.
What I'm telling you is, have you discussed this issue with Mr. Takomaki?
Yes, I have in the hallway.
Okay. And has it been a matter of making demands or saying, what are we going to do?
Okay. Whoa.
What?
Whoa. What do you? What? All right.
Wait. Okay. So the lawyer called the woman, okay, called the woman a nasty word. Okay.
Okay. Whoa. What do you? What? All right. I know you and I have never done a divorce case ever. Child custody, not our thing. But if that's what was said in the hall, would you tell the judge? Would you literally say she called my client a
I think based upon this particular scenario, I probably would tell the judge, but I honestly feel when it comes to family law, the attorneys make it worse. I do agree with the judge. Instead of attorneys talking back and forth,
Yeah, because if things escalate, then they get more money.
they literally, I feel like make
That's
it
probably why they do it.
The attorneys fight over, spend more money on the barbecue that nobody really cares about, and all it does is make the parties pay more money and make the children, in worse positions. So I really think that the attorneys, in a lot of ways, make everything worse with family law.
I'm not here to cast aspersions, but if you get your client really mad in a divorce case, so they fight over the barbecue, who wins?
Right? Nobody. The lawyers.
And
The lawyers.
I do have experience with you using inappropriate language.
And you know that I would admit it if I had done it. And if I was going to do it, I would have done it to her face.
You know what? You want to be a sailor, fine. Go be a sailor in your private life. But don't be a sailor in my court or in my cases. Again, I don't judge people who sailor language because I use a little sailor language, but only in my private life. Not in my courtroom, not to a litigant, not to an attorney. I don't do that.
I just wanted to stop and say thank you, Judge. Like, don't be fake about it.
Yeah.
There's times to do it and times not. Lawyers are just people, but when you're a lawyer, you need to rise up and show respect to the process, the parties in court.
I
So
feel like when you're swearing all the time, though, you just swear, even sometimes professionally. And they don't even think about what they're saying until somebody calls them up for it.
then I'm glad you called her out.
I'm glad she called her out, too.
And ma'am, I warn you, one of these days, the state bar is going to catch up to that. Because if you read the rules, there is an ethical rule about fairness to opposing counsel.
I know that there are also rules about treating people equally without regard to race, ethnicity, or gender. I find it highly objectionable that anyone can speak about my language because I know all the attorneys who have no problem picking up the phone and saying cuss words at me. If I share with others,
Then object to it. You're an attorney too.
when I choose to say it, and that is my right in this country.
Are you well?
Objection. Like, do that. Just object to it.
the counselor starts up again.
You spent what, 5-10 minutes talking
This is so much of an easier job than teaching.
because I, as a female attorney, am being chastised over language that men feel free to use.
I feel this might be less persuasive to a female judge.
I think she's being super defensive.
Yeah.
She's not accepting responsibility or accountability.
Her poor client is
Well, no.
awkwardly standing like, what do I do?
Yeah, he's like, shit.
Through who's the next
I gotta stick with her because she was the one who handled this originally. That's probably what happened.
she gets one at all the time. I nail
What do I do?
You have to rise above it. You're representing your client now. Getting under the judge's skin and defending. All you have to do is say, I'm sorry, I should have set it up. Be more careful. It's such an easy out, especially with a judge who was cool enough to go, I use those words too. I just don't use them here. Good point, Judge. I'll do my best. I apologize. And instead, she's got to double down, triple down.
She also is referring to cases and scenarios outside
Yeah.
of this.
Excuse making is not a good look. It doesn't matter whether you're in a courtroom or whether you're just out on the street. It's just not a good look.
Single day, and they You are giving me a headache because you're yelling, and I don't like having.
Well, I'm being attacked, Your Honor.
No, you
Oh my god, you just shut the fuck up.
I'm done hearing from you.
Unsatisfied with the parties' solutions, the judge orders an evidentiary hearing, which means the parents will submit evidence against each other and the judge will make a ruling. In a child custody case, it can get ugly.
Your lawyers are going to be painting a picture for me in court, and it's not going to be a great picture of either one of you about the other.
Even after the judge makes her decision, the defense tries one last argument.
You are. I have nothing more to say, and I don't want to hear from either one of you. I'm going to set the trial.
I understand that.
So sit down.
The couple's evidentiary hearing is postponed multiple times and has yet to be heard.
I think the judge
I'm so confused.
her foot and saying, this is my courtroom, and you're gonna listen to me and be quiet.
So are they gonna go to trial?
You only got to slice.
What are they gonna do? Like this
Judge
is
stayed calm, acted like a
like
real
what is the trial for? Like I'm so confused.
At least in the bits we saw, did her best to try to deal with the fact that these parties were right about everything. That was the vibe I had. And too many judges think once they put on the black robe, they can now talk down to everybody. But she wasn't like that at all. And still had to deal with some of that nonsense.
What about the client? What does he do in that situation? His attorney is just going off. He's like, I'm not even being represented at this point. It's just her and the judge. And he's irrelevant to my case.
Glad you asked. What I wanted him to do is stand up, walk over to the other table, grab his wife's hand and say, let's get back together and be done with these idiots. You did what you, at least what we saw. Stay calm, stay quiet.
Yes, sir.
The lawyer you hired is unprofessional. It's probably
That would actually be such a good move.
People think they're like bound to their lawyer for life. You are not. If you're seeing something that alarms you, go with your gut.
I do think sometimes
It's like who wants to deal with that bullshit? Just let's just
I think that
fix this. Let's just fix up our relationship and
heavy-hitting
forget about these foolish individuals.
person, but actually that's not the type of lawyer who gets the best results. That's the type of lawyer who that's what happens. People don't like to give more to people that they don't like.
What do you hear all the time? You don't want a good aggressive lawyer. Good, what do you want? You want a good lawyer? You want an aggressive lawyer? Now you can be both, but this is not a UFC fight. And who's best at convincing other people is often the person that people like the most, they relate to the most. And the person who goes yelling and screaming,
Yeah, pretty much.
First Amendment rights are being violated in the hall is probably not the most likely person, the most aggressive. But when people are hiring a lawyer, they think you're right a fighter. You do. You need someone who truly has the willingness to fight, but to do it in a way that will convince people. Because in the end, that's what advocacy is.
Do you think that that hurts his case? I would assume it would, but does that ever happen? Like if their lawyer
The first time I ever heard of like somebody use it in that way was Ariel. He was the first guy who was like, "Oh, it's advocacy. It's advocacy." I've never heard of anybody saying that in the sense of an attorney ever. When I think of advocacy, I think of like protesting.
That's why the male attorney isn't going to want to go out of his way for anything for that woman attorney when he's calling, she's calling her client those names. Like,
I think that's just what they call a law firm in Brazil.
those two attorneys is never going to get
I
those
think.
clients what they need to get.
You want to hear the dumbest part? If, just by luck, the woman had hired the woman lawyer, the guy had hired the guy lawyer, the same woman calling her F and D
Yeah.
would be defending everything she did.
Yeah.
Lawyers need to rise above it and help the parties get along. And instead they play this role of, now if you're outside of family law, I don't have to rise above it. I can be there for my clients, be creative, but they don't have to work together. Like the judge said, this case never ends with people going through divorce. When you act all, she's a this, she's that, if she had hired you, you'd love her. So stop pretending like everyone on the other side is equal. We see that from family law.
Well, I think even outside of family law, the attorneys
The hell is
have
this?
great relationships. You can still be adversarial, but you can still get along with people. You can get the best result in a way that doesn't piss off the other attorney.
The hurting their clients in the long run.
Yeah.
People who are fierce advocates, but super respectful, they would
Most attorneys will tell you it's a pretty smart idea to stay on the judge's good side, arguing a client's case. What's not a good idea is to accuse said judge of serious judicial misconduct. You solved yourself. The man dropping that bombshell is Commonwealth attorney Larry of serious judicial misconduct. Idea is to accuse arguing a client's case.
Let me get some. I want to get some chips. I'm gonna be right back.
What's not a good idea is to accuse said judge of serious judicial The man dropping that bombshell is Commonwealth attorney Larry Rogers, and on the receiving end is Judge Vernon Meeker, and he's not receiving it well.
I've never tampered with a damn jury in my life, and don't you ever accuse me of that. You understand me?
Yo.
Understand me? Hey, so you better understand me.
He ain't playing around.
Will you investigate me all you want? I'm not scared of anything, because I have never done anything wrong.
Rogers actually referring to another case he and the judge are involved in, which includes allegations of jury tampering and corruption in Russell County.
They said if you become a witness, you have to accuse yourself in this matter. I don't know what I did a witness for. All I did was there were some jurors that had to be out. I'll yell all I want. This is my court, not this mine. Do you understand me? I am going to sit down. I don't want to hear anything else from you.
Turns out the allegations had no merit. Rogers himself would later be accused of prosecutorial misconduct in several cases, though those
What is this music?
I think judges are people. However, they do have to make sure that they rise above. I can see people getting their buttons pushed as a judge, but I think you have to always remember you gotta stay calm.
So here's my thing. If he had committed jury tampering, he was going to get in trouble for that. Now you're raising that in a different case. As I say to you and the kids,
Yeah, I mean the thing is that if you let your emotions like take a hold of you, it's gonna affect like the way that you rule the trial. It's not gonna be as good as it should be when you're a judge and you're trying to like be fair and impartial and all that. So it's still a bad look, even if he's trying to defend himself, because that you see courts like cases all the time. That's how you're supposed to defend yourself. You're not supposed to defend yourself by yelling at people. Like there's a time and place for yelling, but that's not it.
What's your goal?
what is your goal? You're in another case. You're fighting in another case.
Yeah.
He thinks this judge is someone who can't believe. What is your goal in making that accusation in another case? Is your goal to lose that case? Is your goal to potentially get in trouble with the bar?
That is a good point. Why would you complain about another case?
Seemed like he was trying
This is so strange.
somehow kind of needle the judge a little bit.
That's how it So that judge was later turned out to be basically, right? So if I'm being investigated for something very serious, very costing my reputation, my career, my bench, everything, and I know it's basic, and you accuse me of it, how am I going to react? He's still not doing as well. You have no upside. What is your goal?
Yeah, I guess what he would do is complain to like the board or something, and just be like, "Hey, can we do an investigation on this guy? Like, I have some evidence that he may be jury tampering."
I would think that if you're under an investigation like that, you can look at the tapes for all different types of cases, and that the reaction doesn't go well for you, but obviously it didn't have an effect.
So he made statements. He started to say what he didn't do.
Yeah.
So he made substantive statements like, all I did in that case was A, B, and C. Okay, you just made a statement. You know, that all, whatever you say can and will be used against you. He could have shut that whole thing down without ever making a statement that could have been twisted or turned or used against him. So, and I do think that generally it's very hard. I cannot imagine how hard it is to make comments or falsely jury tampering to judge. Like any lawyer advising me would have said if that ever comes up, would they come? I'm not being critical of him. I can't imagine it, but
You know what?
that's the right thing.
It's something I say. Less is more. I say that a lot.
When I
Whenever
start
you're,
talking.
when you start, no, but when you're negotiating or talking to
Yep.
the other side, you have to listen, and less is always more. So it's like as much as you want to go off, or as much as you want to say stuff, it's like less is always more. All he did was potentially give that attorney and whoever was investigating him more to look at. Just don't say anything.
Next, we're in Denver, Colorado, for the deposition of attorney Robert Abrams. Abrams' firm was added as a defendant alongside their client in a lawsuit between two former business partners, and are being sued for fraud, conspiracy, and aiding and abetting a criminal by the plaintiff.
I kind of want more chips. I can't even lie. Let me go with. Actually, I just thought of one reason why he might have done that. The one advantage, potential advantage he could have had. Maybe he thinks like, oh, if I like get this judge to be pissed off at me, maybe it will look good for me because he knows that judge is just gonna get pissed off. So maybe if like I piss him off by accusing him of something, then like the jury is gonna be like untrustworthy of the judge. That could be what his goal is potentially.
Sorry, no, literally, I've seen thousands of people get involved in deposition, but from the way he raised his hand to the way he started, this is not gonna end well. Now I know we're watching this.
What?
The way he raised his hand.
What the fuck is that, bro? You gotta have all your fingers up. Okay, this is weird.
The way he started, this is not gonna end well. Now I know we're watching this, so I know it, but as someone who's done it, I could have already told you this is gonna be a mess.
To say 10 feet high and through would be an understatement. Asking the questions off camera is the plaintiff's lawyer, Tom Wurge. And on the other side of the table is Abrams' lawyer, Neil Sullenberg.
Are you aware that your phone was associated with the defendant in the lawsuit that's going to be filed next month?
Yes.
Have you had the deposition before?
I don't even know how to answer that question.
That's so funny. That's a litigation attorney.
Wait, did he object to himself to the attorney? Oh, okay. The other attorney objected to it. Okay, never mind. That's not what my attorney said when I was doing a deposition. He didn't say object to form. He didn't say it like that. He said like I object to the form of the question. I guess this guy's very blunt. He doesn't really like to waste his breath.
That's so funny. That's a litigation attorney acting almost like he's his own lawyer.
Got his role.
Yeah.
Well, his lawyer's supposed to say objective for him. He's supposed to let his lawyer do that, but he's a lawyer, so he couldn't help himself.
Oh, okay.
Position and in effect ask the attorney to clarify the question.
Objective form. Objective form. Who will certify the question if you feel that then you can move for extension. We're going to go ahead and stop the deposition at this point.
What the fuck?
That's so funny. That's a litigation attorney acting almost like he's his own lawyer.
Got his role.
Yeah.
Well, his lawyer's supposed to say objective for him. He's supposed to let his lawyer do that, but he's a lawyer, so he couldn't help himself.
The claim to object during a deposition and in effect ask the attorney to clarify the question.
Objective form. Objective form. Move to certify the question if you feel that I haven't answered, then you objective form. Move to certify the question if you feel that I haven't answered, then you can move to extension. We're going to go ahead and stop the deposition at this point and dial special master. Good morning. Yes.
This is awkward.
Deposition this morning.
But when the special
Yes, we are in the middle of the deposition this morning.
But when the special master isn't available, plaintiff's attorney Tom
Uh-oh.
asks the same question again.
Mr. Abrams, have you had your deposition before?
He gets the same answer.
Objective form. That's the answer. You need to answer the question. The question was answered.
What the fuck is he doing?
Mr. Abrams, this is not your deposition. No, I'm not harassing you for saying. I'm asking you to not answer the question. Allow me to answer the question.
I just want to point out one thing.
This is the best clip so far.
I just want to point out one
The lawyer's helping him. I love it, bro. I love it.
What are they fighting? They haven't even gotten any. Nothing's even happened. And they're fighting about it. This is why you can't have lawyers.
Which a witness is not allowed to do during a deposition.
I feel quite confident that if any sanctions are entered in this matter, it's going to be against the objective form for continuing to
Did he object again? He objected to something that wasn't even a question.
Mr. Abrams. I feel quite confident that if any sanctions are entered in this matter, it's going to be against the objective form for continuing to obstruct and not answer any of my questions. Objective form. Not object. You cannot. I just did. I'm a lawyer. I'm a licensed, unblemished member of the bar. Unblemished. If you ask me
So wait, is he? Is he defending himself?
confident that if any sanctions are entered in this
Like,
matter, it's going to be against the objective form for continuing to obstruct in this matter. It's going to be against the objective form for continuing to obstruct and not answer any of my questions. Objective form. Not object. I just did. You cannot not answer any of my questions. Objective form for object. I just did. You cannot.
okay, I thought he had a lawyer that was saying that.
Unblemished member of the bar.
I guess it's just the subtitles.
Things only get worse when the arguments take a personal turn.
You're going to be here for a long time today if you do not answer my questions. I can't even get through my initial question. You're being so obstructionist because you're a weak lawyer.
Nice. That was such a sick burn. Bro, that's his lawyer. He's saying objective form. I literally saw his lips not move at all. I haven't heard of that objection before.
This whole thing is childish. This is not normal. This is ridiculous. Everyone is going to chill and understand what their goal is in this deposition. But once you go personal like that, you risk losing your credibility. And the rest of this stuff comes up.
Also, it looks a little weird. Like, why are these?
I mean, if I was in a deposition, wouldn't my goal for it be for it to be over? I don't know. If I can piss this guy off enough, he's gonna be like, damn, we gotta do it another day. I don't know. That's just maybe you have to do a deposition in order to move forward with the trial or with the case.
Sort of pills, like in the middle of a deposition. Maybe if it's Tylenol and you're like, I want to take a break.
I don't know how these procedures work at all.
But to just start taking pills like in the middle of a deposition is a little bit awkward.
He's a lawyer. He knows full well he can take a break whenever he wants.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ways to object to a question. You say objection, please. Objection, ask an answer. Objection, see facts, not evidence. Objection, hearsay. Objection, lacks best evidence. So there's so many reasons to object to evidence questions that are all very legally, right? What's happened is some states said depositions are taking too long, we're fighting over too many things. There's no judge in the room in a deposition. So just say objective form, and when we get to trial, we can argue over what was right or wrong about the question. So it's a way to simplify depositions, and it does.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, it's like, it's weird with these objections because you can have an objection, like somebody does an objection, but the other lawyer doesn't do anything, and you're just like, what? What the fuck is this? So I think it might be better just to answer the question, just because you can just get that question thrown out. But I don't know, if you have somebody objecting to form and then they try again with the question and then they object to form again, it's kind of weird. You kind of, I guess you just gotta get that thrown out. So maybe if they try again with the question, it just makes it easier for the attorneys. It's not really easier for the client at all. That's what I'm getting out of this.
I am going to end this deposition now. Mr. A is going to continue it while we seek intervention of the special master.
No, it's possible that attorney fees go down if you save the attorney time. That could be an advantage for the client.
Not here to answer any questions today. We are going to move for sanctions. We are going to end the firm for conduct during this deposition, and we will take that up with the special master.
And we'll represent your conduct during this deposition.
Please do.
Here's the worst part. Until he went to the weight stuff, he had a really good argument from what we saw, that he answered the one stupid, meaningless question to the best of his ability, move on. The plaintiff's lawyer wouldn't let that go. It had been answered.
Yeah.
But now, don't you think he hurt his situation?
Yeah, he was just being attacking. But I think he felt attacked. So he was just like, I'm going to let you have it. But it's silly sometimes the questions that certain attorneys do ask. I mean, we've been part of depositions where the guy...
He's fighting so hard to figure out, have you been in a deposition before?
asking these questions.
Some attorneys are just stupid motherfuckers.
Have you given a deposition? I think so. How many? I don't know. Have you given a deposition? an experienced lawyer, he was doing it solely to get under his skin.
Yeah.
And then it worked, which is, as a witness, don't let the jerk lawyer win.
After reviewing the
Okay.
transcripts from the deposition, Special Master issued an order for sanctions against Abram. His behavior during the deposition, along with other misconduct in the case, would ultimately earn Abrams a 9-month license suspension.
That's crazy.
9 months. There's got to be more. They did
There
say
has to
there's
be more.
9 month suspensions are not giving out life. That's a huge, huge deal.
Especially for it to be a 9-month suspension just for like what happened in
What
the
we saw,
deposition.
come on.
That was not. Yeah.
But they said there's more. There's got to be more.
There's
And,
always more.
But it's just so frustrating. If you really felt they had nothing, then just trust the evidence. Trust me
Yeah.
as your lawyer.
Answer the question.
Dan, maybe he did it, but if he didn't, his lawyer, the guy who was being deposed, should have stopped that, took him in the hall, and said, "You're either going to trust me, do what we've talked about, and what you would advise someone to do, or we're going to just end this for the day because you are burying your own grave. You trust me or not? You hired me. Do you trust me?"
Hold on a second. I found a Honda video. Wrong mouse. There's a Batman the Animated Series courtroom scene. I'm gonna put that in my watch later for the Windows computer, and we'll just leave it there. Is this a Honda Odyssey from 2001? Nah, bro, this is the Honda Odyssey from when I was a kid. From when I was a wee lad. Like a wee lad. Oh my lord.
Honda is not a car company to fumble, but the 2012 Civic was so bad that they scrambled to replace it after just one model year, which is unheard of in the auto industry. It normally takes 3 to 4 years for a mid-cycle refresh, but it only took
Okay.
Honda one. Honda changed almost everything about the Civic, including the interior, which, as you can see, goes from kind of cheap plastic to sort of more refined materials. But more than that, the 2012 Civic showed how reviewers can influence one of the biggest car companies to change one of their most important products. The ironic part is that the consumers didn't care what the reviewers thought. Sure, it had a rough first year, but as you can see, the 2012 Civic had one of the most successful years for the Civic.
Wow.
However, Honda's motivation from the reviewers to improve the Civic led to the introduction of the 10th generation Civic as early as 2015, which ended up being the most successful Civic ever. Honda is not a car company to fumble, but the
2012. Is the 2015 the one that still had like a... I thought that... Does it have a CVT? It does have a CVT. Is the 2012 also have a CVT? It's got to, because it's the same generation. Okay, I don't understand. I gotta ask it directly. This is the one good thing about AI, is that you can just ask direct questions and it answers it. The hybrid comes with the CVT. I'm asking about the gasoline one. Okay. Now I'm very confused. Okay, 2014, does that have a CVT? Okay, so 2013 was the last one to have it. Okay, thank you.
2012
Thank you.
We are at a Honda dealership. This one is in Springfield, Missouri. We are checking out what they have. They actually have inventory on their lot, which is what we want to see in a Honda dealer. Some of the hardest dealers to deal with.
Thank God.
Because it's Honda, you know the name. Let's see. Whoa, we got some add-ons here for sure. 33 grand to 30.
I mean, Honda isn't hot shit. The only hot shit company is Toyota.
1.5T SE.
Every other company has inventory.
The Honda you would want to pick. The 2.0 is so much better, man. Drastically
Maybe
better reliability.
Mercedes-Benz,
2026 Accord with the 1.5
but
as
those are
well.
the only ones.
Yeah, let's see what they have. They definitely spread
Because there's a lot of
Now,
fucking
one
stupid
big
people
brand
that
I
get
think
Mercedes-Benz.
right here. 3.5 naturally aspirated V6. This thing will run, man. Let's see here. 46,000 after the add-on. This is a 2026 Honda Ridgeline. 45 grand MSRP, but they want 46.
Even with Mercedes-Benz, they have EVs that they can't sell.
These old school Hondas, these things will run. Is there a price tag on it? Okay, they want 13 grand for it. This is a 2004 Honda Odyssey.
2004? Nah, brother. I know it only has 90,000 miles, but nah. There's no way.
Now that's actually crazy, man. That is some 13 grand for a 2004, man. And these
I mean, it doesn't look that old, though. In terms of, like, body damage, it doesn't really look that old. I mean, the rims look perfect.
Same 3.5, but they added cylinder deactivation, and they also added start-stop technology. So little things that give you such a small amount of fuel economy, but then they cause a lot more issues, and they're kind of annoying to deal with. But would you spend 13 grand for that used Honda Odyssey? That's actually crazy, man. If you start thinking
No.
about it, that's too much money.
No, I would not.
41 grand for this one, almost 42 for a 2026 Accord Hybrid. This one has the 2.0. It's definitely better, but what do we
It looks good on the outside, but I can guarantee you there's something that's broken on the inside. Probably the radio. If I had to guess, if the radio's fixed, if the radio's good, then I mean, I guess I just got really unlucky with the radio that I got. But I think it's just over time your speakers don't work as well as they used to.
It would be the one to stay away from compared to the 2.0. The 2.0 drastically better, man. Long-term reliability, everything about it. The problem is the price. You know, when a Accord touches 40K, that's too much money for an Accord. You know, let's look at this hybrid Accord right here. This one's 36. There we go. So, you know, it's a lot different than.
I'm not getting that fucking car. There's no way.
Where they can actually be for a Honda Accord, which is kind of.
Why would you get a Honda Accord for?
Nothing's more crazy than this vehicle over here being a 2004, which, hey, it's probably
Like that one? Come on.
the new stuff. The only problem is it does have, you know, that
At least the Camry is a hybrid.
every single time. 13,000, 2,000,
The Camry kind of
9,000 miles. Would you spend that kind of
makes a name for itself. The Accord, it's just a Civic but more expensive.
But that's part of the thing about Honda. They hold resale value obviously better, but I don't know about that good, man. That's kind of crazy.
And less good looking. That's about it.
Paid for that vehicle. They didn't pay 13 grand, I can tell you that much. They probably bought that Odyssey for 3
I like sedans, but the Accord is kind of a useless sedan.
What they're selling it for. Now let's see what we got going on here. Okay, 28 grand, $28,000. Yeah, it looks like, oh, it's 2027. So 2027s are already showing up on Honda dealership lots. HRV 2027. Looks like there's about $400 worth of add-ons. A little bit under 400. So, I mean,
Could be worse.
if you're actually in the market,
It's not the worst at all.
well below MSRP because they don't have the most amount of inventory that I've seen.
Yeah, I mean if you,
Inventory in stock on the lot, so that means
it's an HRV, you could get a better price for sure.
this is the market that we're in right now in 2026. It's the only way to actually sell the inventory sitting on their lots. So when they have vehicles that sit like this, it's good to see, man. Because if you go back to 2022,
You can call like probably 5 dealerships and find a better price. You don't even have to go out of state. You can just be in state. Call 5 dealerships. Somebody's gonna give you MSRP.
But let me know what you guys think. We went back to a Honda dealer. This time it's Springfield, Missouri. Check them out. But unfortunately, there are some add-ons, which is not what we want to see at a Honda dealer. But at least they actually have inventory sitting on their lot. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day and stay blessed.
Yeah. Did this guy say buying a fucking Toyota is gonna ruin his life? I'm just gonna have that playing in the background. We're gonna go back to the lawyer stuff right now. Why did it close? Oh, because I was going here. Okay.
They're going to trust me, do what we talked about, and what you would advise someone to do. But we're going to just end this never let that guy had a strong personality. He would never let his own client act that way. But when you're in it, it's a lot harder, I'm sure.
Our next story takes us to Clark County District Court.
Oh, I know this one.
Kidnapping trial.
Defendant is here. He's in custody.
There's just one problem. The defendant's lawyer is nowhere to be found.
Can we check and see if he's going to join us?
After a 90-minute delay, defense lawyer Joseph Caramango finally arrives in the courtroom.
Have you seen this?
Okay.
I think I have seen this, but it's been a long, long time.
I know this.
If the lawyer is 90 minutes late, do they actually just sit there and wait, or does it come to a point where they're like, okay, we're done for the day?
Every judge is different, every county is different, so it totally depends. Some judges, if they have a busy calendar, would just put it off to the side. But this is a trial setting. Nothing else is going on. So I think most judges would be defend, let the other lawyer do some other work, but that may have happened. In fact, my guess is that it happened in spite of the way it's been edited here, so that everyone can do things but stay close. Because they have a jury ready to go. They have a defendant ready to be tried. Everyone's ready to go. Where is the lawyer? Like, that's highly unusual.
I do feel like usually the judge or the judge's clerk will reach out to the attorney's office to try to
Sure,
find
that's
them.
happened.
So like they're trying to find them and figure out what's happening.
And you can be late. I mean, you can't be late, but it does happen. If you're going to be late to court ever, let alone for a trial, most lawyers would feel compelled to call up,
Yeah.
email, beg, explain.
Okay, so dude who says, "Oh, buying the wrong car is gonna ruin your life." He went from a Honda Civic, like a cash car Honda Civic, to a fucking $80,000 pickup truck, bro. That's all on you. That is all on you. You are absolutely insane for doing that.
The judge's clerk will reach out to the attorney's office to try to
Oh no, he did a PPI and the guy said it was a good deal. Oh fuck, bro. Nope, that's bad. He had a bunch of gas. You gotta do your research. Oh my god. This is why I don't like watching these videos.
Stay close, because they have a jury ready to go. They have a defendant ready to be tried. Everyone's ready to go. Where is the lawyer? Like, that's highly unusual.
I do feel like usually the judge or the judge's clerk will reach out to the attorney's office to try to find them. So like they're trying to find them.
Almost as highly unusual as a court case based on an underwater crime. Y'all get the reference? No, just me.
And you can be late. I mean, you can't be late. But it does happen. If you're going to be late to court ever, let alone for a trial, most lawyers would feel compelled to call up, email, beg, explain. So to not just show up for 90 minutes, if that's what happened. This is a crazy start. It's about to get crazy.
Because I was heading east of Sahara Drive and I was rear-ended and my car
Oh shit, Sahara Drive. That sounds like Las Vegas.
undrivable. The person who hit me took off and
Hit and run.
it was a hit and run and here I am.
I'm going to tell you, to be honest with you, you don't look great this morning. That's why I'm concerned.
Judge, my neck and my back is killing me. But I'm ready to go forward.
You don't think you need medical attention?
Oh, there's a number of Sahara Drives actually.
I may have suffered a concussion
Because you hit your head?
because of the whiplash. I've had multiple concussions before.
You've had multiple concussions.
Yes, sir.
What?
I feel like I can go forward.
You know what? Can I just see everybody that I can check?
No, 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 no.
Meets with the judge and is assessed by a courthouse nurse.
In the record reflect that Mr. Caramango is back in the courtroom. He has been checked out by the nurse.
I've seen this, but you do see they got bailiffs, the officers hanging out in the back. Court security is in the back. That's not a good sign.
Now, the nurse said you told her you got hit from behind and then you hit a car in front of you.
Yeah, what on earth is he doing there?
You left that part out with us.
Yeah, I did.
So you also hit a car? So it was a double hit.
Out in the back. Court security is in the back. That's not a good sign.
Now, the nurse said you told her you got hit from behind and then you hit a car in front of you. Okay, you left that part out with us. I hit from behind and
I don't know, man. Isn't that like violating doctor-patient confidentiality?
Hey, you left that part out with us.
Yeah, I did.
Isn't that violating doctor-patient confidentiality? If it's a nurse, it's fine. Okay.
Becoming increasingly suspicious of Karaman's
Good to know, I guess.
attorney isn't doing him any favors.
My observations were observing him, and there was clearly something wrong with him. I noticed he was slurring his speech. I noticed he seemed unsteady on his feet. And when actually Mr. Carmichael came back into the courtroom, the secretary stayed on his feet as he walked by and actually ran into our counsel table.
Things only get worse for the defense lawyer when the judge orders him to take
Oh my
a
God.
alcohol test.
What is going on, bro?
Confused and can't tell a straight story because you're too intoxicated.
I admit that I did have drinks last night, and I lost my grandmother about 2 weeks ago. I've been under a lot of pressure, Your Honor. I'm
Okay.
aware of that.
So if you came to court intoxicated, you have a problem. Do you understand me?
Your Honor, I can represent as an officer of the court. I am not intoxicated.
Okay. So just go ahead and blow.
Bruh, you were intoxicated. And you went behind the wheel. And I don't know what happened. I don't know if you crashed into another guy and people tried to brake check accidentally. Like, what is going on here?
Thinking about being the attorney.
Like right now, his heart has to beat 1,000,000 miles an hour. I don't even know what the law is the judge tells you to go. Because like out of the
Right,
streets,
right.
different worlds.
Yeah.
This is crazy right now.
Imagine they were there for a DUI and his attorney
Right.
got a DUI.
But he's not
Oh my god. Could you imagine?
facing years, and his lawyer shows up 90 minutes late drunk. Oh, allegedly. We're about to find out.
That was close.
Let's see. Is he drunk? Or is he just
Show me.
out of gas?
I am stone sober.
Mr. Carmichael, if I was you, I would
It's so cold sober, you idiot.
alcohol is a .075.
Even though his blood alcohol content is slightly below Nevada's .08 legal limit for driving, the judge has had enough.
I have no desire to ruin your reputation or anything or deal.
This is what happens when people talk about legal issues. If you're .075 after you've been in court for probably an hour and a half,
Right.
you showed up in court too drunk to drive. And it doesn't matter if you're too drunk to drive. Way before too drunk to drive is too drunk to show up in court and represent a kidnapping defendant.
I'll give you an opportunity
Yeah, exactly.
to get together. But at this point, I cannot absolutely allow an attorney to proceed.
The judge declares a mistrial. Joseph Caramango's law license is put on disability inactive status. He's prohibited from practicing law in the state of Nevada and has not petitioned the state Supreme Court for reinstatement.
Well, that makes sense.
I mean, it
Alright.
probably got a problem.
You know, being a lawyer is
Probably.
not easy. I always tell people, like, don't go to law school unless you really want to be a lawyer because there's a lot of professions that have a lot of stress. So I think there's a lot of lawyers who have problems like that.
Alcoholism and
Yeah.
drug issues are very high amongst a lot of people.
Yes.
I think.
Yeah, I never thought that, but then once
What do you mean? It's called the bar for a reason.
lawyers who turn to alcohol.
You go to the bar and you drink. That's it.
The lawyer that was drunk, and that affects his case negatively. Is he able to like sue the legal, the law firm? Like I know this is a mistrial. I feel like if I had my lawyer someone drunk and that affected my case, I'd be like, we gotta do a redo. This is not fair for me.
So it depends on whether it's criminal or civil. That was a criminal case. It's called inadequate representation of counsel. Yes, if you can prove that your drunk lawyer fell below the standard of care for lawyers, you can get to your case. The fact that he was drunk helps you. However, there are people who have been sentenced to death, and their counsel was asleep at the table for a lot of their trial, and we still let them be put to death. So it is sometimes not as simple as it may seem. Because I would rather a drunk lawyer than I
What?
don't want either, but if I had to pick.
What if he was armed in jail?
Yeah, I would rather the drunk lawyer too. What the fuck?
Because of this.
You're seriously gonna tell me that a sleeping lawyer is gonna let them go to the death penalty?
That's a great question.
That is fucked up.
You could sue his lawyer for something called false imprisonment, which is a civil
That's actually fucked up and unfair.
extra 6 months in prison, whatever it was, because you're drunk delay, and you owe me money for that, and if you can prove it, you win. All right, if you liked what my brilliant wife Alexa Sapphire Breyer had to say, or maybe even didn't hate what I had to say, and you want to hear more, don't forget, like, subscribe, follow. Now hold on for a minute.
Wow.
YouTube
Glazing his wife.
that show, it's amazing.
And self-deprecation.
Let us know what you like. We'd love to.
Alright. Oakley dokley. Cool. That's what we like. We like wholesome, tasteful content like that. I don't know what's going on with this window here, because that's not what's showing up on my screen. That is not what's showing up on my screen at all. It should be the other window next to it. Let me pull something up. AI was indeed mentioned. Otherwise known as plagiarized information synthesis system. PIS. 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 Yes, according to BenRiddleBarger.com, Adam and Eve had two sons named Ren and Stimpy in the Bible's Genesis 4, with Ren working the soil and Stimpy tending to the flocks. Thank you so much. Plagiarized information synthesis system. Thank you so much. PISS. I don't know, we discussed false positives last stream. That's good enough for me. Phishing, malware, sleep, false positive alerts. Ah! Oh man. That one in the middle is like a false positive for an employer. They're like, oh, I got me a good one. And then you find out he leaves. All he wanted to do was fix one little bug. I like how theatric he was with his bug fix. He was like, I resign. This is the false positive theme. Alright, anyway. There was no way to know whether this was a true positive or not, so I'm gonna skip the true positive. We definitely got into SOC analysts, obviously. Didn't I get like a new SOC analyst picture? No, that was for that was for the job searching, right? Yeah. It looks like a mess, but that's completely normal. I think I found a picture that I was considering putting here, but it didn't really work for whatever reason. We did use Linux today. POV, someone said, actually, Windows isn't that bad. I come with my machete. Target has been scrapped. My kidnapper's returning me after listening to me talk about Linux for 2 hours. I actually have more Linux memes than this, but I guess these are the best ones. I don't think I talked about job searching. I don't know, I'm having a pretty good day. On good days, I don't really talk about job searching. That's how simple I am. Oh, wait a second. Okay, well I guess this is the old one. We have two different ones. This is the older one, and then the newer one is this one. Yeah. I did do some Persona 5 related stuff today. Very minimal stuff. There was like one video about, like a YouTube short about Persona 5 Navi, if they were sarcastic, or passive aggressive rather. And then there was another one where like, he found a confidant he didn't like. Let me see if I can find it actually. Let's see. I might actually be able to just switch my account, find it that way, because I think I like the video. Let's see if I can do this. You went to an enterprise dealership? I'm gonna do that off stream. I'm not gonna bother watching that on stream. It's not really worth it. Let's see. Oh yeah, I have it right here. Let me pull it up. Still not doing it. It's still broken. Come on, guys. There we go. It was this one right here. If I find some like lawyer-based memes, I think I'll add them.
And that's why I think all shelters should be
I haven't found any though.
You know, I really think we grew closer today. I can tell this is the beginning of a long friendship. Oh no.
So he starts out with what is it, with kill shelters? I don't even know what those are.
And that's why
Oh shit. Animal facilities legally obligated to accept any animal in their jurisdiction regardless of health, age, or behavior. Euthanasia? Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay. Interesting. I don't know if that's a positive thing to have. I don't really know much about the issue, but that's very, very interesting.
I think all shelters should be kill shelters. You know, I really think we grew closer today. I can tell this is the beginning of a long friendship. Oh no.
I am thou.
No, 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 no.
Thou hast.
I'm available every day. Crap.
If that's how it ended, imagine how it was, how the rest of the conversation was for him to react like that. It must have been just pure torture.
Velvet room, you bruise him, we fuse him. You're really making me hang out with this guy? Well, you know, nurturing your bonds are how you know... I don't care. I hate him, and now I have to hang out with him 10 times? Hey, 10 times at least. Who knows if you'll choose the right dialogue options. But I don't wanna... Well, you're gonna wanna, because the best personas in the game are lost behind that dude's social link. Oh, hey, protagonist song. Hey.
I just like that part. He says hey, and then he just gets 3 points from it for it. This is kind of why I don't want to play the other Persona games. If I'm going to play a Persona game, it's probably going to be Persona 2. If I'm just going to be completely transparent. It's probably going to be Persona 2 because that one doesn't have social links at all. Persona 3 and 4 unfortunately do have social links. So I'm probably never going to play Persona 3. I might play Persona 3 just for just if I'm getting through the social links, I'm just going to speed run through them or whatever. But think about it this way, right? Most social links are just going to be for leveling up your personas. That's all that they can be used for. So if you don't really care about leveling up your personas, then why the fuck would you ever bother with any social link? It's like if you like them, okay. If you know that they're gonna give you something, okay. But if you don't like them and you don't think they're gonna give you anything, it's just kind of useless. It's like Oya. Ichigo Oya, I think is her name, from Persona 5. All she does is lower the security level, but all you need to do to lower the security level is just to get ambushes, which is super easy because the cover system is the most free cover system in any game ever made, because it's not really meant to be a stealth game. So they make it an extremely simple, easy cover system. And so the security level is kind of just there to make sure that you're not, that you take your time and don't just take advantage of the system they have. It punishes you for taking risks. Because if you fight too many opponents, you're you might run out of resources and have to leave the palace, so that could happen. So Oya is kind of useless, and she's not really meant to be super likable either. For some reason, Mishima likes her, but everybody else is kind of just like afraid of her. I guess also Lala. Lala's kind of like that friend who tries to keep you sane. But it's kind of like that. And if there's other folks like that, which there are in other Persona games, I can guarantee you. If Persona 5 has them and it's one of the better ones, then nah, brother. Go. I know there's at least one in Persona 3 and 4, at least one. I don't believe there's a world where Persona 3 and 4 have just flawless social links. I don't think it's that world exists. I just don't think so. Yeah, Persona 3 and 4, I'm good. I really am. I'll stick with Persona 5, and that's it, man. Persona 5 Royal. If Persona 6 gets released, I'll consider it. The thing is that I don't see how they can improve from Persona 5 in a meaningful way. I can see how they can refine Persona 5 to make it better. Make better palaces, make better confidants. They could do that. They could also improve the battle system if they really wanted to. I don't really think they need to. Maybe streamline the negotiation system. I don't know. Just like there's little things they can do, but in terms of big things, they already did it with Persona 5 Royal, pretty much, essentially. They can improve the OST if they wanted to. I mean, it has enough bangers as it is, but that's just because there's so many of them. But like some of the filler songs, I think they could do better on those. They're really gonna have to try if they want me to get into Persona 6. They're gonna need somebody that's not just a regular anime person. They can't. They already had Joker. Joker is my standard. If your anime protagonist is not as cool as Joker, then it's gonna be very. You're already behind. You know, you're already behind the curve. Ideally, and this is not going to happen, but ideally the protagonist would be a black person. I don't know how they could do that and still have it in Japan, but... And then the other thing is that if they're going to do another game that takes place in the country, you gotta make it interesting, because Persona 4 is such a boring place to explore. It's so bad. Persona 5, you can literally just walk around and folks are talking about just random things, random topics. It could be about the economy. It could be about like something that's going on in Japan. It could be about the election. It could be about the Than Thieves. It could be about whatever. But you literally just walk around and there's things going on. That's not the case in Persona 4. Persona 4, there's nothing going on. You're just like wandering, but you're wandering in such a lifeless locale. I don't know how exactly to explain it, but it's just not enjoyable. And if they're gonna go back to something like that, they got to do something to make it interesting. I don't live in the country, so I can't tell you exactly what they should be doing. I don't know, maybe let you drive a John Deere or something. Like, do something, man. You know, take care of cows and pigs. You feel what I'm saying? Maybe ride a bull. Like, do something, man. Just, I don't know, because Japan is different from America. America doesn't, I mean, I don't think Japan really has bulls and cows like that, and pigs. They definitely have some form of meat, but I don't think it's like America. Asian countries don't really deal with meat like, well, they do. They do have dishes with beef and chicken. I guess they do, but I don't think it's in the same quantity as we have it here. Like, they don't raise animals like that. I think that's the difference. They have animals, they just don't raise them for food like we do here. So yeah, just if it's gonna be in the city, they already have a foundation for that. They already have a very good foundation for it. I don't know if it's gonna be in Tokyo again. They probably won't do a duplicate location at the previous game already was in Tokyo. They're probably going to do some other city. There's plenty of other cities they can do, and they don't really have to make it like to scale. They can just make up whatever they want and just take locations from other places in Japan and just make those names in that particular city. But I don't think they're going to need to do that because it's just a video game. It's not the whole city. You know, and if you need to, like, I don't know, have some kind of moment with a certain location, you can just be like, oh, we'll just go to Tokyo and do it there. You know, take the Shinkansen over to Tokyo. Is it going to make no sense in terms of time? Probably, but who cares? It's Persona. We don't need to be exactly accurate chronologically. We don't need that. But if it's going to be in the country, they're going to really need to pull out all the stops and really put the foot to the floor, put their thinking caps on. A Persona 4-esque, I mean, they're remaking Persona 4, I think. Persona 4 Rewatched, or whatever it's called. I don't remember what the name is. Revised, something. Okay, that's the pattern that they're following. Persona 6, if they make it like Persona 4, they're really gonna have to pull out all the stops and make something truly spectacular. Because Persona 4 is just not going to cut it for me. And I doubt that they're going to fix it in the remake. Because they're not going to change anything significantly. So it's not like the Paper Mario remake where it was made centuries ago and they have to change the dialogue. For Persona 4, they can literally just reuse the same dialogue they have already. Because they did it for P3 anyway. Aside from the world you explore, yeah, you know, black person in the city would be ideal. It having a unique style would be ideal, obviously. I'm not really super concerned that the style is going to be bad because of Persona 3 Reload. It's not as good as Persona 5, but it's not really meant to be as good as Persona 5. So it's fine. It still looks good. It's still a good looking game. That's all I really need. But yeah, OST is a non-negotiable. If they make the OST and it's trash, it's going to be a no. If they make a protagonist that's lame, that's going to be a no. Because I know if they fuck up the design of the protagonist, they're going to also make his character bad too. That's just my experience. If they make the protagonist bad, maybe if he has good companions, it will be excusable, but that's a lot harder to do. Why not just make the protagonist awesome? Why would you try and make his buddies, assuming that's going to be a fella? It's probably going to be a fella because most people who play Persona are men, and you have a man, yeah, he's a male protagonist, he wants to have girlfriends. That's just how it's going to be. What if a woman's playing? That's fine because they probably fucked other females as well. It's all good. If it's a female protagonist, I personally would be fine with it, but I don't know if I would like it as much. I don't know. It depends on the execution, really. Now I think about it, Persona 3, I actually, now I think about it, I kind of want to play the FemC version of Persona 3. I kind of want to now. Just to see what it's like playing as the female. I think that would actually be pretty interesting. But, you know, if they make a new mainline series and they make the protagonist a woman, it might lose its, like, novelty because they already did it in Persona 3 Portable. But yeah, you know, there is a lot weighing down on like the companions you have. I think people would probably argue that Persona 5 doesn't have as good of a companion list as something like Persona 4 or Persona 3. To me, Persona 5's cast is perfectly fine. You could improve on some of them. Makoto is one of them. Haru needs more screen time. Other than that, everything A-okay. Yeah. Good crew, good OST, good environment to explore. I think if you have those three elements, you'd have an extremely good foundation. And then after that, you just make everything else, which is probably going to be harder than making those three things, but what do I know? I'm not a developer. Well, I'm going to go to my Persona 5 Royal themed sleeping quarters and take a Persona 5 siesta. So tomorrow, probably gonna record in my skill activities, record in my info interviews, finish up the network connections. After that, I just need to apply to jobs, and then I'll be done for this week. And might be able to stream on Sunday. Might not. It just depends on how things go. If I have an idea for streaming on Sunday, I'll do it. But I'm probably not going to stream on Sunday because we already did everything we needed to do. We already took care of business. If we're going to do skill activities, it's going to be for next month. I guess that's about it. But yeah, like for streams on the other channel, expect Persona Phoenix Wright. Expect that. I might also play Persona if I have time too, because I actually want to play the original Persona 5. Those two, maybe that stupid Mario game that I found about war. Maybe some Sonic fan games. That's pretty much what I got on my mind right now. I'm not really interested in playing PC games at the moment because the PC that I have, I've not set up the graphics card yet. But if I can get that set up, I'll probably play some PC games as well. But yeah, we'll go ahead and do the outro and have a fantastic evening. Enjoy our rest. Look forward to the next day. Stream is over. Gotta love a smooth close.
Bye.